FIBA World Cup and international basketball have a problem. There's a new kid on the block, and wherever he's been has been nothing but trouble. Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Swish Culture. It seems a number of NBA players are going back to their roots. With the national stage brimming with talent and the spotlight on FIBA World Cup and Olympics courtesy of a recent dominating performance by Stephen Curry and LeBron James leading Team USA, the Jamaican national basketball team, originally formed in 1962 when the island gained its independence, is about to get the biggest revamp in the program's history. Only a month and a half ago, Norm Powell of the LA Clippers committed to representing Jamaica in the 2027 FIBA World Cup. While that alone was enough to raise a few eyebrows, it wouldn't be the first time that a prominent NBA player committed to playing for Jamaica. Former All-Star Roy Hibbert.
Banging down low and legs, and it gets a little feisty.
Yeah, David leaves a little shove trying to block out, and then Hibbert takes exception to it, and then you have your basic basketball fight.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it all started 2 days ago when
Roy Hibbert and David Lee kind of squared up underneath the basket. And it was like big man on big man crime. My dumb ass wanted to get in there and, protect my teammates. So they square up, they chest bump, and I run up behind Roy Hibbert. He's 7 foot, probably 290, 280 pounds. And I try to grab him from the back and like pull him off my teammate. And when I tell you it was like swatting a fly off, he literally just took his left hand and I went, it was literally under the basket. I flew all the way to the corner, like feet off, slid across the court. So now I'm embarrassed. So now I have to like get up and act like I'm coming back for more.
Former All-Star Roy Hibbert competed for the Jamaican national team in the 2010 Central Basket, which includes teams from the Caribbean and Central America. But only a month after Powell's announcement, two more high-profile players, Amen and Assar Thompson, known as the Thompson Twins, have taken steps in obtaining Jamaican citizenship in order to represent the Jam Rockers in future FIBA tournaments. This is a big deal. The years of the Jamaican national team being non-competitive in international competition are numbered, and Powell, alongside the Thompson Twins, plus yet another unnamed potential game-changing superstar, may be opening a pathway towards yet another athletic sport that can be dominated by Jamaica. When it comes to the fastest runners in the world, including the current fastest man the world has ever seen, this small island of 2.84 million, a lowly 0.034% of the world's population, has even more prominence than much larger nations. Over the last 2 decades, Jamaica has produced the most dominant sprinting athletes, going beyond just individual events such as the 100 and 200 meter races to the 4x100 meters and beyond. With such an incredibly high concentration of world-class athletes, it begs the question, why doesn't Jamaica have a larger presence in this one particular sport that is dominated by athletes at the highest level? Well, what I'm about to share with you might give you that answer, as basketball in the small Caribbean country is about to change. Back in April of this year, NBA champion Norm Powell of the LA Clippers announced that he was committed to representing the Jamaican national basketball team in the FIBA World Cup. In a video posted to the Jamaica Basketball Instagram account, Powell let it be known that he was ready to get to work as a part of the team.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Norman Powell from the Los Angeles Clippers. Just want to say how super excited I am to be joining Team Jamaica. I've been working with Coach Turner for a long time with this process and getting it done, and now it's a reality, so I'm super excited to be joining the team. I know there's a lot of work ahead, but you got a player that knows the grind, that understands the grind, and is ready to put that work in, so we need all of your help to make that a reality. Thank you.
Even though Powell was born in San Diego, California, his parental heritage ties him to the country. And although he didn't compete in AAU basketball till his junior year in high school, his talent has always been obvious, garnering early attention from a number of major colleges. He decided to go play for UCLA back in 2011 and stayed there for 4 years before transitioning to the NBA. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2015 NBA draft and immediately traded to the Toronto Raptors. His first 4 years in the league saw him in a bench role with inconsistent shooting. In his 4th year, alongside Kawhi Leonard and Pascal Siakam, they took the Raptors all the way to the 2019 NBA title championship. All this before his breakout finally came in year 5 at 26, when he put it all together and found his role, averaging 16 points a game while shooting 40% from 3. He remained as a formidable scoring threat over the next few years, despite being traded to the Portland Trailblazers and then to the LA Clippers. He's one of the league's best clutch shooters, an absolute terror when the game is on the line.
I like to say that I'm not a tough shot taker, I'm a tough shot maker.
What's so impressive about Powell is that despite his age at 32, he's coming off the best year of his career after putting up almost 22 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds a game. Powell was one of only 2 players who had 7 or more three-point attempts while shooting 41.8% or higher. The only other player who shot a higher three-point percentage on the same or higher volume was Zach LaVine, his former UCLA teammate. Simply put, Powell is one of the most dangerous shooters in the NBA. Considering that the last prominent NBA player to suit up for the national team was 15 years ago, Powell's announcement alone provided a huge boost for the team as it put the spotlight as well as a springboard for other players to make the move. But not so fast. Before we get to the Twin Terrors, currently there are 2 players on the Jamaican roster. They are 7-foot center Nick Richards of the Phoenix Suns and 6'8" small forward Josh Minot, who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The 27-year-old Richards averaged just under a double-double with 9.5 points and 8.6 rebounds in 23 minutes with the Phoenix Suns this past season, which was his 5th year in the league. He could easily be a double-double machine given the opportunity. While he's not nearly as impactful as a player like Powell, he might thrive under FIBA rules. Josh Minot, on the other hand,
you don't want to be the guy who's going to miss out on Josh Minot.
Just finished up year 3 and hasn't really had a significant role in the league. He's had some development in the G League, and while he's able to score, he just hasn't shot the ball very well. But this is where things really change for the Jamaican team. Known as the Thompson Twins, both Amen and Assar Thompson just finished up their 2nd year in the NBA, where they both just came off of significant playoff runs. Both have been instrumental to their team's success. It's interesting to note that despite being 5-star ESPN recruits, both players bypassed their last year of high school as well as playing in college, instead opting to play in a newly developed professional basketball league, Overtime Elite. Not much can be drawn from Overtime Elite because of how new it is. However, they host both local and international players between the ages of 16 and 20. They do have a number of former players in the NBA at the moment, a list that includes notable players such as Alex Sarr of the Washington Wizards and Rob Dillingham of the Minnesota Timberwolves. While the Twins played 2 years each at Overtime Elite, Assar Thompson won the championship both years, one after eliminating his brother and earning Finals MVP, and the other with his brother. Amen was drafted 4th by the Houston Rockets, one spot ahead of Assar, who went 5th to the Detroit Pistons. Their impact on their respective teams was immediate. Both teams had better records and began competing shortly after. While both teams were in similar rebuilding stages, the Rockets are generally considered to be a better team. They proved that this season, having finished with 52 wins and the 2nd best overall record in the Western Conference, with signs pointing to them being even better next year. The Pistons, on the other hand, finished 6th overall in the Eastern Conference with 44 wins. Both the Pistons and Rockets were first-round exits, however not before the Twins made their mark. While Assar wreaked havoc in the East,
Amen was an aggressive child. He used to try to hurt me.
Amen Thompson, the aggressive child, was earning stripes and gaining fans from the very team he was up against in the Golden State Warriors. Amen's relentless pressure on Stephen Curry contributed to the Warriors superstar being worn down by the end of the Warriors-Rockets series.
He's a dog, and he's going to be a problem for sure.
Amen finished the season on the NBA All-Defensive First Team, an insane accomplishment putting him among the 5 best defenders in the world at 22 years old. The Thompson Twins' dad, Troy Thompson, is through whom their Jamaican lineage derives, and while they haven't stated explicitly that they will play for Jamaica, they're very interested and have begun taking steps towards obtaining Jamaican citizenship. The Twins had a meet and greet that was organized by the Jamaica Basketball Association, a very different JBA than the one that used to be a thing back in the day, and the Bob Marley Foundation. It was here that they spoke about their interest in playing for the Jamaican national team.
Ever since I was a kid, I used to watch the Olympics and see Usain Bolt, Blake, and I always was like, Jamaica always represent gold medal culture to me. And it's always been like a dream. I always wanted to see a basketball team. I always wanted to picture, basketball players with the Jamaican jersey on, and I've always wanted to wear one too. So just getting the opportunity, I could either play for USA, Jamaica, but being able to be here and even it be an option, means a lot to me. Yeah, it definitely means a lot. It's something, you know, I would be open to doing 1,000%. Just the culture, like he said, gold medal culture since I was a kid. And the only time I got to see the basketball team was a good friend of mine, Josh Minot, played for them a couple years ago, but that's the first time I've seen people wearing the Jamaican basketball jerseys. So, you know, just to be able to rep that, you know, that would mean a lot.
Lastly, there is one other player with Jamaican lineage that is set to join this team as well.
What's up, Jamaica?
He is the overall #1 recruit in the world this year, and his name is...
It's AJ DiBonsa.
AJ's heritage comes from his mother, who is Jamaican. However, his father is from the Congo.
I'm ready and looking forward to coming to Kingston, Jamaica.
A skilled player at 6'9", AJ is a generational talent whom some have described as having no weaknesses to his game. He's already represented the US in the under-16 FIBA category and led the team to a gold medal. Although he reclassified to the class of 2025 from the class of 2026 back in 2023, he's listed as the #1 prospect regardless of the class he's in. He's really that good.
Jamaica, we soon come.
A lineup featuring Amen, Powell, Assar, AJ, and Richards could be rivaled by only a few teams in the entire world. This would be an earth-shattering change to FIBA athletics, which would decisively place Jamaica front and center of world athletics. And here's why. These players I've mentioned in today's video have only scratched the surface, and there are a lot more NBA players that would qualify to play on the Jamaican basketball team. This list includes players such as Scottie Barnes of the Toronto Raptors, Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets, RJ Barrett of the Raptors, Brandon Clark of the Grizzlies, Delano Banton, Andre Drummond, Isaiah Stewart, and Kyle Anderson. Imagine these players suiting up in the black, green, and gold to compete at the national level. This wouldn't just be an uprising. This would be a revolution. And if the Jamaicans really wanted to stage a takeover in the next 15 to 20 years, every last one of Stephen Curry's kids would qualify for the simple fact that Aisha Curry's mother is Jamaican. The FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 America's pre-qualifiers are set to take place this summer, August 2025. And if all goes as planned, expect Norm Powell and the Thompson Twins to take part and represent Jamaica. This is not exactly a lucrative deal for the players, and is mostly symbolic in the sense that Jamaica has had some issues when it comes to compensating their athletic representatives. One can only hope that the situation can improve, as many talents that could represent the country have decided they'd rather compete elsewhere, citing this as one of the reasons. But let me know what you think of the current lineup and what players you'd like to see eventually play on a Jamaican roster. Let me know if I left anyone out. Post your thoughts in the comments below. Just don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. Thanks for watching. Till next time, swish!